Hello guys, I'm Istvan and I'm here again to draw. Sorry for the delay, I always have a problem with the Google Plus and these Google Hangouts to set them up. But I'm here, and what I'm gonna draw today is, as I said, a character on a photo, what I did earlier. So if you give me a second, I get my photo which I was working on earlier. It's a nice photo created by my brother, and I recolored it a bit, and here it is. So let's get back to my window. I always, when I see pictures like this, I always want to make a little elf sitting around or doing something. What I'm gonna do now is gonna be here a little elf sitting and having some free time. So I start like I usually do. I just draw more or less the shape I want. I'm gonna have a little boot. And we're gonna have his other legs here. If you are watching the video live and you have any questions, just go to the Google Hangout and click on the question and answer bar. Yeah, just answer. Just ask, and I gonna highlight the question and answer it here. So I have already this little figure. You see what I would like to do. He's really just having some rest. Maybe position his head a bit more. I really didn't like this leaf here. It burned out too crazy color when I was coloring it. So at least now I hide it with the figure. Okay, so this is the fast way to make a give shape to the character. And if I say this is his head color, I can color it a bit differently, more yellowish. So yes, so he's enjoying the sun. And if this is his body, so I know that I want to position it here, and I duplicate it, put it next to the photo, so I don't have to draw on the photo, and I can play around here, and I can create the clothes and every little detail I want to add. I said the drawing gonna be about an hour. It usually takes about an hour. In the live drawings I'm doing, if it's gonna be less, I'm gonna let you know. I just really want to take it easy, like usually with these drawings. I'm not teaching now professionally. By the way, if you don't know me, I'm István Szép from Hungary, and I'm a graphic designer and design teacher and an illustrator. So I use Inkscape for 8-9 years professionally for my design, and I was also teaching it in the college where I was teaching, because it's free and affordable and very easy to learn. So I make my little elf and his little boots. Sometimes I just go and check if there are any questions. If there are none, I'm fine. But if you don't understand what am I doing, it's okay to ask. I make him a little belly. Not this much. Okay, this node came with it. I didn't know that. So more or less, you see, I'm getting the shape, and what I'm gonna do is not here another bump, because it's like a bumpy sleeve of the shirt. It's gonna be here too. Yes, and then if there is the bump, then here is the elbow, and I just have to make the hands. So I want a bit bigger hands because it's a cartoon character with a giant head, so it needs also a bigger hand. And if the head is this much behind, then the neck has to be too. Okay, now let's see it on my drawing. I put away this previous one. Yes, still some barking, having fun. Good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a little pipe because this is what elves have. I also have a little pipe, I just don't have the... Sometimes I don't have the time, I would say, just to sit down, because smoking a pipe takes a lot of time. Maybe after I finish this drawing I will. Okay. So see, I'm making the curves changing all the time. But here at the end of the fingers, I like it that they are dispointing. This is supposed to be two fingers together. And this one has to be... Yes. What am I doing now is that... first of all, yes, I want to save. And for a stealth, what I'm gonna do is that it's okay that I have the whole shape, but now I have to cut it apart if I want to color it. You will see what I'm doing if I switch views. Okay. what am I doing is that I have now this big covering object, and I'm gonna use that to cut up the object under. So these are all now separate objects. I drew it as one, like I draw around, but now I can easily color the trousers and the pullover and keep the hand and the neck skin colored and color the boots also. Like this, and put it above. Can even make a boots a bit more. Higher. Do you see me now, or do you see the window? I'm sorry for this mistakes. It's so much problem with Google Hangout, and but still, it's a free service, so I cannot say a word. I'm gonna make the shirt now here. So this is how it looks on my photo. And what I'm gonna do now is the heaviest, one of the heaviest part, but also it's a lot of fun, is for creating the head. And then I'm gonna create some light sources and stuff. So the light I created here, this light part, has a meaning. So let's see. You can have a big nose. And obviously, if he's enjoying the smoke, I think his eye gonna be closed. Here are the eyebrows. And the other eye. Thank you. And the other eyebrows has to be here. Don't get me wrong, that they are now red. I'm gonna recolor it. It doesn't matter because, you know, as you know, Inkscape is object driven or object. Do we say object oriented for drawing program? But it is. As any vector program, it is. It means that we are creating objects and not so deleting them and modifying them is a breeze. And we should have Yes. So or his face is up or down. It's up to me. Maybe he's enjoying the sun better this way. Let's see on the photo. Yeah. What I usually do, I make the nose pink. And that's it. I'm creating happy months. As you see, when I'm drawing, I use the Bezier tool. Very easy going. I'm creating straight lines, and then I'm making those straight lines curves with the help of this node tool. So I don't really draw Beziers on the fly. I rather create. It's a bit yes. So I don't do Beziers on the fly. I create straight lines and then I modify them. And here we're gonna have a big ear. Yes, if it's an elf, we're gonna have a giant one. And we're gonna have the same color. And now let's give him some hair. This part is not visible, but it doesn't matter. And the ear is above it. It will be smaller or bigger. Also the nose, I can make it rather big. As you see, I'm very playful with the proportions. Oh, I might. Yes, much more fitting. I just save and I make the hair, of course, curvy. For that, I'm just clicking the points. Here, these I delete, it's too much. How do I put here another? You will see what I'm doing. It's like how the hair is going over. It's not good. Yeah, it's okay. When I do a mistake, I just correct it easily. So I go back and correct it. It's gonna look much easier this way. I'm losing the screen share from time to time. I'm sorry for that. And now I have it, yes. Sorry for the time to time I'm checking the, and again, I'm checking the, yes. So I'm checking if there are any questions. My viewers are very silent today. Is there anyone watching at least? Okay, so I'm fixing the dots. Make the hair fluffy. As you see, we started from there, then we went into this, and now we're gonna give in some more details with the lights and everything. And good. Good. And if the light is, I want to make that the light is coming, I think, from here. This is how it looks on the image. So maybe I'm just gonna add some sunlight over here. He's enjoying the sunlight, but then if the light is coming from there, then this part of the nose is in a shadow. Not this much, but at least this much. Yes, and one more thing is to create a lighter layer here for the head. Or it can be yellow and semi-transparent. It's not light enough. It's like this. And then I just get this color. Exactly. So what it's doing to me is you're gonna see it in a second. I have to change this color also, of course, so the nose is coming from this light part of the head. And this one, I have to do it tricky. If the light is coming over there, then it's gonna be probably here. Yes. So I changed the yellow so that if the light is coming from this direction, what I can do is change the yellow a bit more. Having more fun with it. Yes. You see, it's making it a bit more 3D-ish, but I have some light coming this direction. And to add more detail, I can make it smooth. So this color gonna be from here. So it still has a light, but as you see, not as much as I had originally. Also I am saving, and I'm giving two little light dots here, which gonna be very bright pink. So the nose is shining. The other thing I want to do is, oh no, not this one. I can do some freckles. They're always nice, and they're gonna be between this color. Exactly. Okay. Here, because this part I made lighter, a bit more edge I can give to it. Yes, I made this part lighter, so I'm gonna make this bottom part of the head darker. How I'm gonna do it is I'm gonna take this color even more. Yes, so as you see, it's a bigger contrast. Now this one, yes, and he is putting his chest out for the sun. Seemingly nothing, but see, I have the light color there. And I'm gonna do the same for the pullover. I gonna make this color a bit more dark, and yeah, something like this. And here on the top I'm gonna create some lights. So like again I go to wireframe to see what am I doing. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I am a bit tired today. I had a long day. I was creating logos and I'm working on a website, so I'm working as a graphic designer, of course, and I just realized I didn't draw for a long time live, but I'm very tired today. But not as tired that I couldn't draw this and do after that the Inktober challenge. If you didn't hear about it, actually, it's a nice thing. All in October, illustrators all over the world are creating art for the Inktober, which is, you see, it's very nice. Could be a bit darker. Yes. Inktober is for creating anything, drawings with ink. So not like in Inkscape, but on paper with ink, or you know, with pens, and everything can be. So the topic is free, and or you can do every second day or every day in October. So today is the 7th of October, so I'm also a drawing 7. You can check out my drawings at the Pesto Design uh, Facebook page, so facebook.com/pesto design. And what is also worth it, go to Instagram. I'm not using it, but a lot of people do, or on Facebook, or I think also on Google Plus. Just go hashtag Inktober, and it's amazing amount of great art everywhere this month. It's much better than Movember, I have to say. So do the same again. Pum, pum. You see, I'm doing very basic stuff, but what am I doing is adding some light. So, okay, this was a mistake. So I'm adding some light to my drawing, and I don't have any difficult textures or anything. I'm just that's one I don't need. So I don't have any difficult texture. I'm just using a gradient on the on the main object, and another color over it to create the effect of the light. And this one I'm gonna make very thin because the light is coming from the top. Okay. Here is already a bit more sophisticated, and this one I'm gonna make, see, from going from the green to the brown, still darker, but it's still good. Let's save. Just check it next to this one. You see what is the difference? It's a bit more objects, but I made it 3D-ish looking with a tiny bit amount of light. I also gonna give some light to the hair. It looks good, having fun. And this part of the hair, the light, I'm gonna just draw with the pencil tool, or is it called freehand tool? I call it pencil tool because this is what it is. I mean, it looks like a pencil. And then I just fix it here and there. It has some light already. Now I'm gonna give this a bit of a darkness on the bottom. So this is also good. Now I need the gradient, but I need to fix this. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do now is having this hand and maybe a pipe or an apple or something. Yes, here can be this one. I'm looking at my own arm now, how I would hold the pipe. Definitely not like this, but it's a good way to start. These fingers can be much smaller, at least shorter. As you see, I really don't care about the color now, because now I'm just going for the finding the shape. I don't know yet the color. I don't know. Yes. So this can be the skin color or the darker one, yeah. Also here, I meld this together, I can have this dark skin color even darker because it's lower further from the light. And this has to, and this is the hand. Now I have to figure out what is he having. What should he have? Thing. Yeah. If you hold shift, then you can turn objects not around the middle but around the other edge. So he's having the pipe here. But if it goes like this, maybe it's good. Or maybe I give him normal forearms. And then this one also turning down. And then this one has to be around here. Here I can give a bit of a darkness. And the normal bit of elbow here. Good. What I don't like now that I like this one, but if that one, that arm is so thin that I have to be also, this one has to be cartoonishly thin. Good. Even thinner. So he has bigger hands and a bit thinner hand, arm. Good, good. And what I create here is a pipe. I can do like this. And I create the light in here. And also on the top I make a lighter part because that's the top of it. So it has a, if it has a thickness, it has to have a lighter part on the top. and this. I also can give some light here. It's almost matching, but not. Now I have the lag a bit more made. Good. Bit of thickness to the pipe. So he has his big pipe, and let's see how he looks if I put him on the image. Quite okay. And could be a bit, maybe could it be smaller, like under the mushroom? No, also because I want to cover up the leaf. Doesn't matter if I don't, I just want him to look good. Good. So I have my little elf here. As you see, it's on the photo. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna give some light beams, which is very easy. It's just one, two, maybe three little light beams. And as you see, I don't finish them, but I make them this yellowish golden color, so they are matching my image. Even more yellow, even more, too much. And also here, make it yellow. This is 0. And this is something like this. And now I can blur them a bit, so they really look like light stripes and not piece of wood or what. I turn that off now, the effect. It's still there, I just turn to another view so it's not killing my computer. And what is left is to darken this arm because it is under. Make it to this color. Yes, the leg is like that. And what I want to create is the effect that he is there. And that's okay. And then I have to create some shadows. Obviously he has a shadow on the mushroom and the floor behind him. For that, exactly, I can create something like this. and it's a colored shadow. It can be darker, a bit less transparent. You see, with the light and the shadow, you can really play that he's in the. It's mostly I think the shadow. And if this is it, it can be purplish because there are so many dark purples. Yes, much better. You see the difference? What I did? This was brown and now this is purple. It's just so tiny difference, but the color is matching much better than environment color because I use this purple lights in the background. Also the color of this one I can play with. I'm not very satisfied with the yellowish light I created, so I just go back to this. That's one thing. And I'm almost done. And what I'm gonna do now, I just put my logo on it and I export it. I'm also checking if I can cut off some from the image. No, because the figure in front of him needs some space, but here in behind this is too much. It's not, nothing is happening there. I can add some more grains in the air. You will see what I mean. What I mean is this. Just to make it more. More foresty. Okay. These are like forest lights or whatever. And then I add some more sharp ones. And there is only one thing left, is putting my logo on it, because I always do, and you should do it too, because whatever you put online, you're never gonna know if it's gonna be appearing somewhere, so it's always good to put your logo on it and make it visible. You can put it here, it's not much thing happening here. And I'm very flexible with my logo. Usually I pick a color from the environment and I color it like that. So it is visible, it is my property, my work, but still it's not killing the image much. So here I am, I can export now my drawing. You can crop the photo, the clip, and I can export it and put it up on Facebook or whatever I want. Thank you very much for following the live drawing today. I try to keep up and draw every month at least once. I'm very busy. And as I told you, I'm doing the Inktober, I'm doing a little video game project, so I'm working on a lot of stuff. Thank you very much again. If you have any question, write me on facebook.com/pesto design, or here on YouTube, or later on check out my courses on Udemy. Okay, take care, have fun, and enjoy Inkscape.